Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Welcome to the Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Today, our guest is Mary. Mary, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. So let us know where you live and what you do.
I live in Chicago, Illinois. I own a plant-based ice cream company called Glow Superfood, as well as a small coffee shop in North Center called Lincoln Cafe and Market.
Awesome. So would you let us know the biggest inspiration behind starting this business?
Sure. Yeah. I started this business during COVID. I was really eager to kind of develop a recipe that was dessert focused or ice cream focused that was actually nourishing and good for you. So essentially a healthy dessert. So I did a lot of R&D, and then I enrolled in a holistic health coaching program. So I learned a lot about functional foods and incorporating them into your diet. And so I was inspired to create a dessert like ice cream that has functional ingredients like mushrooms, like the ones that we make. So
Awesome. So have you seen any gap in the market, or this is your passion?
yeah, so the gap in the market is that there aren't any plant-based ice creams or novelty ice creams that incorporate these kinds of ingredients in them. So we're kind of like a trendsetter in the frozen category space. So it's exciting to fill the gap, really.
Awesome. And so this is something that sets you apart from the others in the market, right?
Yes, exactly.
And is there anything else that sets you apart from the others in the market?
Yeah, so we don't use any refined sugars in our products. We use coconut sugar as our sweetener, which is a low glycemic index. And then a lot of the other ice cream companies out there use preservatives and additives and gums as their stabilizing agents. And we don't use any of those. We're just kind of like an all natural product. So it can really be consumed by anyone, and we're also dairy-free and gluten-free and soy-free.
Awesome. So how are you marketing your business online, and what platforms you are using?
So working in the frozen space is really hard because it's difficult to distribute like outside of our region. So most of our marketing comes from in-person events and like brand awareness building through festivals and street fairs and like really targeting our local community. But we also use Instagram and Facebook and then LinkedIn. We're not quite on the TikTok movement yet, but that's definitely in our future.
Awesome. So do you run ads for your product, or you believe more on the organic traffic?
You know, I'm always kind of like thinking on the organic type mindset. I want everything in my business to evolve organically, and I don't want to be like pushing or pressuring or like straining myself to hit certain goals despite having certain goals. So we're not currently paying for any sort of marketing. We do have a PR company that we work with who does some of that work for us, but in terms of like the paid ads, we're not really like at that stage. But also, when you have a small startup business, you can't really afford to do a lot of extra things like that. So that's kind of, yeah.
That complete makes sense. But do you utilize the influencer marketing, or not?
A little bit like local influencers. Yeah.
All right. So have you ever recorded the live feedback, like giving your ice cream to someone to taste it, and just post it on your social media, how they felt about it?
Not really, no, but that's a good idea.
Awesome. All right. So, okay. So, in terms of your in terms of your short-term goals, where you are looking in 3 to 6 months?
3 to 6 months. We're really targeting like food service this year and working in more like corporate partnerships and things like that. So I'm hoping that we'll pick up a few larger service operations like local museums and stadiums and venues of that sort. And then from there, we're taking small steps before we really launch into the retail.
All right. So just for my information, for now your focus is more selling online instead of retail.
Not online, just like food service, like cafeterias, corporate accounts, museums, cafeterias, museums, places like that instead of like grocery stores.
But people can buy it from DoorDash.
Not right now. No, they can buy it from Fresh Time Market, which we are located in Illinois, and then my coffee shop, which is Lincoln Cafe and Market, and then we also do free local delivery for anyone in the Metro Chicago area
All right. So how people can place an order to buy
on our website.
on your website? So on your website, there is any inquiry servers from where people can ask for the things, like maybe there's some live support over there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, okay, how do you measure your success of your business? In terms of, obviously, revenue is one of the most important part, but like, what do you think is involved along with revenue?
That's a great question. So definitely revenue is important to see it increasing and your expenses decreasing, or, parallel and just as you grow. But as a startup, it's really hard to kind of gauge what your progress is with all of the startup costs. So really, this is like our third year of business. And in our first 2 years, we had 100% growth year over year. So this year, we're on target for that as well. But I think that entrepreneurs set really lofty goals. And I know that that's something that I do. And then when you don't meet those goals in the time period you set forth, you're very disappointed by that. But I'm trying to look in a more positive mindset, because you need a positive mindset when you're an entrepreneur, and you have to look at the progress that you've made. Even if you're not hitting those like goals right on mark every year or every 6 months or every quarter, whatever it is, you have to remind yourself of like how far you've actually come.
Great. So, what do you think are the most important skills or qualities for a small business owner?
You definitely must have a lot of patience and organization and a network of people that you can bounce ideas off of or rely on. I am the sole founder of our company, but I think that if I were to do this again, I would have included a co-founder, because there's just so much responsibility that comes with starting a business and so many different things that you need this extra support.
All right. So, entrepreneurship comes with problems. Like, problems are a special ingredient of entrepreneurship. You can say problems and challenges. So, what problems you are trying to solve at this point, and what is the biggest problem that you have solved till now?
So what is the problem that I'm trying to solve, and what is the biggest problem that I've solved?
Yeah.
So the problem I'm trying to solve is that there really aren't any healthy dessert options on the market that are like indulgent, but in a mindful way. So you're actually nourishing your body. I think that's like the main problem that I'm trying to solve, is for there to be a healthy frozen dessert option. And the second question, I think like logistically with a frozen business, that continues to be my problem, just in getting the product to different places for a reasonable cost. So in terms of our like localized transportation, we've definitely overcome a lot of challenges in getting our product different places. So, anywhere in this region, we can get our product for a reasonable cost at this stage, which is a huge accomplishment for us.
Hey y'all, it's Dan Melnick, the CEO of Zing. And I wanted to share a special offer for all of our listeners. Right now, if you need software development services, we'll give you 2 weeks of a free trial. Do you need to update your website? Do you want to build a mobile app? Do you want to update something that you've been working on for a long time? We've worked in high-level technologies like AI, machine learning, blockchain. So shoot me a text, 817-874-2208. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. In fact, I have interviewed some other entrepreneurs as well who are selling frozen products. So this is, I believe, a major concern for everybody who is selling frozen products, because keeping the quality, keeping the same thing until it is delivered is a big concern for everybody. I think you guys are exposing a new opportunity, because problems and challenges always mean that there is some opportunity. So I think new entrepreneurs can fill in this gap where where they can supply
Totally.
these in the safe hands.
Yeah. Well, you give them my number when they figure it out.
Sure, for sure. No problem. Okay, so in terms of your long-term goals, do you have any process of defining the goals, or you just observe the market, you just observe the consumer behavior and keep doing different changes? And in terms of long goals, I mean, after a year, after 2 years, so how you are planning your goals?
Yeah, they're mostly annual goals. I think at the end of every year, I kind of reassess and see what we accomplished, what we still need to work on, where we need to pivot. I think ultimately for most consumer packaged goods brands, the ultimate goal is to have nationwide distribution and or international distribution. So I think like looking at those long-term goals, you have to break them up into different years of progress. And for different businesses, they have different steps and they have different timelines. It depends on, if you have funding, if you're self-funding and how you've kind of set up your business. But yeah, ultimately, I think annually I have certain goals I want to meet. And if I don't meet them, then it, takes a lot of reflection to figure out what happened and how do we pivot so that we can accomplish this goal in the following year.
Yeah, that's great. So, location is always a major thing when you are going to start a business. So, how did you decide the location for your business?
Well, I live here. So I think that first of all, I needed a localized place so that I could be on site all the time. And, when you have your own business, you are there a lot. And then, yeah, I think just like convenience for me and lifestyle of how I see myself as a entrepreneur and a businesswoman, just having some sort of convenience, like having my, office and kitchen right down the street is the best for me. So in terms of like my brand itself, if I was able to like move anywhere where I think my brand would be the most successful, it would definitely be a warmer climate, but I'm not in the position to be moving anywhere. I have my, family here and my husband and my house, and it's not he won't let me leave, so
Awesome. So, let's say in future you start giving franchises, like you can stay wherever you are, but let's say if you start giving franchises and you expand your business. So, in this case, which location would be the most hot location for your business, or maybe you will be thinking to start your business so at that location?
Oh, I think Southern California,
Is
maybe
there any
maybe LA, like Los Angeles.
is there any special reason behind it?
So our product is very health focused, and I think that a lot of people in that kind of area are really focused on health and being outdoors, and the weather's nice, and they eat ice cream year round. Not saying that people here don't, but I just think that the weather and then like the social climate is just a little bit more conducive to healthy plant-based ice cream energy.
Awesome. So that's great. So, in my personal view, I think like your product should have some educational awareness as well, because people don't know what they are eating. Even they don't know if this is a real ice cream or not, if this is just some fats. So yeah, if this is that much health conscious thing, then obviously for a healthy thing there should be some awareness campaign, because there are a lot of people who are just eating ice cream by just buying it as it is. They don't know what are the ingredients in this ice cream. So I know, like, once there was a campaign in Pakistan, so where people came to know that whatever they are eating is vegetable fats. This is not an ice cream at all. So yeah, with this campaign, because of this campaign, and other local company just boosted up immediately. So I believe, yeah, for your product, there is some educational campaign required. So, well, that's a good thing. So at the end of this podcast, will you please give us a biggest advice, whoever is going to start a business or maybe just dreaming to be their own boss? So what would you recommend them?
You need to be very passionate about what you're doing. It definitely is tiring and exhausting, and you really have to be like 100% all in, committed to seeing your business be successful. I think for me, having supportive family and friends is really important. But the best piece of advice I feel like I could give is to really like set a realistic business plan or game plan for what your goals are. And also don't get discouraged if things aren't happening right away, because what's meant to happen will, and with your hard work and determination and, you know, the support of your friends and family, you can really do anything. So it just is, it's really up to you. You're 100% responsible for the success of your business. And if you're not going to do it, it's not going to get done. So I think just having a plan, being able to see it through, knowing what's working, knowing what's not working, and then making sure you can rely on your friends and family to support you, because it's not easy.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
So,
advice. That's a beautiful advice, because everybody has to understand this, that entrepreneurship comes with challenges and a lot of problems. So, yeah, thank you. So, please let our viewers know how they can reach you and where they can buy these ice creams. You can share your website, your social media
yeah,
handles. Yeah.
yeah. Anyone can shoot me an email at info@glowsuperfood.com. My website's www.glowsuperfood.com. Our Instagram is @glow.superfood. Anyone in Chicago can follow us and find out what events we're going to be at in the future. And then our website will direct you to any stores carrying our product.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Mary. It was really nice talking to you. I enjoyed the conversation. Thanks for joining us today.
Qasim, have a great
Thank
day.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.